Welcome to this video, Life After Ultra Lite. My name is Sarah Watts. I'm one of the Ultra Lite practitioners, nutritionist and certified keto coach. Before we start, I'd like to say a big congratulations. You took control of your health and well-being and signed up to the 6-week challenge. You also followed it through to the end. Now by now you should be feeling so much better with more energy and vitality, and have either reached your weight loss goal or you're well on the way. If you haven't reached your weight loss goal and you would like to continue with the program, please contact your practitioner and they will be able to help you. We fully understand that when you get near the end of the challenge, or you have stopped the challenge or at the end, you may be concerned that, like all the other diets, the moment you stop, all the weight's going to come back on. Firstly, I don't want you to think of Ultra Lite as a diet. This is your new healthy eating lifestyle. I'm going to give you some tips to help maintain your weight loss. Now, to help cement this transition, it's good to reflect on where you were when you signed up to the challenge. Think back to the moment where you decided enough was enough. What was that breaking point? Now, this is going to be very personal and individual. But maybe you were given the hard word by your doctor, or you had a wardrobe full of clothes that you didn't fit, or it may have even been as simple as you could only ever watch your children play because you never had the energy to join in. Whatever the motivation was, please don't forget it. It's also a good idea to reflect on what your lifestyle was like before Ultra Lite. What habits did you have that were not serving you? Were you an emotional eater, or ate when you were bored, or maybe you used to always eat in front of the TV? It's these habits that you need to plan against. I would suggest sitting down with a pen and paper and writing down your reflections on your habits and lifestyle before Ultra Lite. Identify your danger areas. Maybe you were a mid-afternoon snacker, or you were always shopping when you were hungry. You need to come up with some strategies you can put in place to counter these events. If you are a person that gets hungry in the afternoon and that's the only time you can do your grocery shopping, maybe eat something healthy before you go. Or make sure you have a bottle of water on hand, or a little bag of nuts that you can nibble while you do your shopping. Maybe you're the type of person who craves salty things and always used to reach for the potato chips. Think of some healthy alternatives, maybe olives or seaweed chips. If you are an emotional eater, you need to come up with some strategies or activities that you can do that will still calm you, but don't rely on food. Walking is fantastic, or even putting on your favorite music, or running yourself a nice soothing bath. It is important to spend some time working through this step so you always have a plan or alternative you can fall back on that doesn't involve food. Meal planning is another way to ensure you stay on track, and also a great way to save money by preventing food wastage. Plan a week or 2 weeks ahead, that way you always know what you're going to be eating and you've always got just that food on hand. Also, keeping alcohol consumption to only 1 or 2 nights a week, as alcohol can increase your appetite. Now, if you're a chocoholic, you need to switch to dark chocolate. 70% cocoa or above instead of the milk or white chocolate. Dark chocolate is also fantastic as it's a great source of magnesium. If you're at the end and you would like to go back to eating normally, you do have an option of eating normal for 5 days, and then for 2 days, keeping your carbohydrates below 20 grams for the whole day. So just like you've been doing on the weight loss plan. Now, if you do choose to do this option, you will still need to be mindful for those 5 days and avoid eating large quantities of high carb or sugar foods. Another great idea to make sure your weight doesn't get out of control is to set yourself a limit of 2 to 3 kilos over your weight goal. So say if your weight goal was 65, if you get to 67 or 68, pop yourself back on the weight loss diet for a week or until you get back to your goal weight. If you set your goal too high, like your limit too high, then what can happen is it can feel like it's unattainable, and then your weight can fluctuate significantly. Now this one's not going to be as popular, but it's a really good idea to continue taking the apple cider vinegar and oil, as these will help you maintain your weight goal. Also, continue to drink 2 to 2.5 litres of water a day. If you don't and you start to become dehydrated, we can often mistake thirst for hunger and end up eating when we actually don't need to. The other thing too is when we do become dehydrated, one of the first things that happens is we actually start to feel fatigued. And when we're fatigued, again, we tend to reach for foods that are not going to support our weight loss. Now, I understand we all live very busy lives and we can very easily get into the habit of eating foods too quickly, rushing our meals. Please take the time to sit and enjoy your meal. Savor the flavors, chew your food, and really enjoy the process. The reason we do that is it's all part of eating, and you will feel so much more satisfied when you get to the end of the meal. The other thing too is it actually gives your stomach time to register that it is full. When we eat too fast, what happens is we'll end up eating more than we actually should, and then when your stomach gets the chance to register, you will then feel I've overeaten. Of course, we still need to avoid fast foods and products made with white flour. These foods will always have much higher carb counts. Also, avoid pre-made rich and spicy sauces, as they often have large hidden quantities of carbs. Now this one goes without saying. Avoid sugar. Sugar doesn't provide any essential nutrients, and it's just carbohydrates. The other thing with sugar is it's highly addictive. So once you do have some sugar, your body is going to tell you it's going to want more, and it very quickly and very easily your weight can spiral out of control. It's also suggested you keep count of your carbohydrates during the day. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this every day. After the 6 weeks, you've become very good at knowing what you're eating and roughly how much. But just once a week, jot it down and just make sure that what you think you're eating is actually what you are eating. And the carb amounts are within your limits. Now, during the weight loss phase, we recommend that people go to decaf, avoid caffeine. If you were able to switch to decaf, please continue. Caffeine actually spikes your blood sugars. So if you have been decaf, keep going, keep decaf. Another thing that will really help is keeping an eye on your portion control or portion size. During the weight loss, you were measuring your food and you would have become very good at guesstimating your portions. Even if just once a week, weigh your food and just make sure your guesstimate is still 60 grams or 120 grams. The other thing is just maintain having 3 small meals a day. Now, you can actually help this if you eat off just a small plate. Instead of a big, large dinner plate, maybe try just eating off one of the bread and butter plates. Another really good tip is to actually eat your carbs early in the day, rather than later. So what do I mean is if you have your carbohydrates breakfast and lunch instead of around dinner time. The reason we prefer you to have them earlier is because it gives your body time to burn those carbohydrates off as energy. If you have them too late, then your body doesn't have time and you'll go to bed with stored, and it will store that energy. Now, I really like this one, and it's very close to my heart, and that is to eat a rainbow. It's very important you eat a wide variety of colors of fruits and vegetables. The reason for this is each color has its own unique antioxidants. So you want to keep a good spread of antioxidants because it's actually antioxidants that help prevent disease. And it also means you're getting a really good selection of nutrients. Please continue eating your lean meat. Now, if you were able to get into an daily exercise routine, please continue. Exercise is really important for maintaining your weight loss, but it's also for general health. It's going to help you maintain a healthy cardiovascular, but also if you can put some resistance training in there, so weight-bearing exercises, it will help prevent osteoporosis, which is very important for females. We all have times that we have special events coming up. So it's very important to plan ahead. So if you do have a special event and you know you're going to a particular restaurant, jump on the internet, have a look at their website, have a look at the menu, start making some mental notes of the healthier options. Before going to the event for the 2 days beforehand, take your carbohydrate levels back down to 20 grams, just as you've been doing on the weight loss. And then after the event, the 2 days following, also keep your carbohydrates down to 20. And that will just help keep your weight loss down. Now, it is also suggested that every 4 months you go back on the Ultra Lite program. Now, the reason for this is it helps maintain and basically like a reboot of your body's fat burning capabilities. The other thing you can actually monitor is your measurements. For optimal health, women should maintain a waist measurement of 80 centimeters or under, while men should be 88 centimeters or under. Now, if you're still concerned about the transition between your weight loss program and normal living, normal eating, we actually do offer the 5-week maintenance program. Now, this helps you slowly introduce foods that you haven't been eating on the weight loss program and slowly increasing your carbohydrates. If you are interested in finding out more about this program, please talk to your practitioner. They will be able to help you. Thank you for joining us. Please, if you have any questions, jump on the Facebook page. We are hoping you are feeling so much better. You've found this whole new lease of life and you are going to continue with this style of eating. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.